And thus I began my journey to build the biggest ever model from my stash, the 72nd scale Airfix Avro Lancaster Bomber Mark II. After washing all the parts in warm soapy water and then leaving them to air dry, I began painting the pilots. I painted them in the RAF blue uniform trousers, black shoes, and brown leather jackets for the winters ahead. I then started working on assembling the 250-pound bombs, the 4,000-pound blockbuster bomb, and the bomb bay. Once the bomb bay was assembled, I painted it with Fevicryl black and the holders Fevicryl silver. All the bombs were painted Fevicryl beige green. Next came the assembly and painting of the undercarriage wheels and the assembly of the pilot's seat on the floor. The turret cabins were then painted with Fevicryl black. The front, middle and rear turret glasses were assembled on with the guns in place, and a dry fit of the fuselage and the wings was checked. The next step was applying the decals on the blockbuster bomb and attaching the bombs to the bomb bay floor. Fevicryl dirty green, achieved by a mix of sap green and Van Dyke brown, was then painted on the insides of the cockpit. The instrument panel decals were then applied and I began assembling the cockpit interiors. I added the windows from the inside and then joined the fuselage halves together. I then began working on the engines. The oleos painted Fevicryl silver were attached inside the engine nacelles as per the instructions mentioned. The entire engine assembly was heavy in itself and added on to the weight of the Lancaster. I then worked on assembling the tail section, the rudders and elevators, and once these were done, I dry test fitted all the parts together. It was finally time to paint, and I began by painting the fuselage in the dark earth tone. The engines and the underside of the Lancaster were painted Fevicryl black. I then began working on the top side of the Lancaster with a dark earth base coat and a dirty green camouflage pattern. I tried masking and freehand spraying with the airbrush and achieved satisfactory results with both, though the masking looked much better. Finally, after the paint had been drying for about 2 days, a gloss coat was applied and I began applying the decals. I applied water-down PVA glue to the place where the decals were supposed to be applied, and then dipped the decals in warm water for about 30 seconds and then gently slid the decals onto the surface with a clean brush. Once I was satisfied with the position of the decals, I used a cotton Q-tip to gently clean off the excess water so that the decals conformed to the surface. The decals for the Lancaster were huge and of very high quality, and it was really fun applying them on the Lancaster as there was a lot of space on this big bird. I then assembled the propeller spinner and fan and began detailing the edges of the canopies using Fevicryl black, dark earth and dirty green. And finally, the various sections of the Lancaster were fitted together to completion, and here is the completed model of the Phantom of the Ruhr. As you can see, the model has turned out great, and all the comments that I received on Facebook are testimony to the work and effort put in for more than a month in creating the model. though the fuselage still leaves a lot to be desired, but I hope with the learning gained from this model I would do justice to the models to follow. So that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed building the kit. If you liked my video, click the thumbs up and subscribe. So until the next time then, this is Sherbir signing off on a cold but pleasant December day from New Delhi.